We motherfucking live.
And the way we go.
Omeece, I need character, definition. I need your motivation. Tori, I need to be able to see your shirt. Start, okay, industry's all right. JB, I need you to wipe your brow. Gilman, make a noise.
You.
Okay, there we go. We good.
Good to go?
Good to go.
All right, let's go.
I just fucked everything up just now.
It's gonna be a dark shadow on somebody's forehead.
The phone does look kind of crooked.
It is.
It always does, though.
I'm not even gonna see it. I'm gonna let that one go. I'm just not gonna say it. I'm just going.
Tighten up next week.
I'm just going.
Lord help us.
Let me see one of them lighters, Jamie. One of them 18 lighters.
What's up?
Happy motherfucking Monday. Kinda.
Here we go again.
You know what? That's probably why my week is always a day or two off.
I say Monday because they don't get it till tomorrow morning.
Get it tomorrow.
So, they don't get it till now. In case you guys didn't know, we are live. It's Monday morning. We all took off work so we can do the podcast.
That's a
and we're here,
No.
right in front of you.
I got class.
While you're driving to work, we're sitting here doing the show.
Nah, we be driving to work too on
Sure.
Monday.
Sure.
Well, I don't drive to work. I walk to work.
Yeah.
He is the love rights.
Either, so that's a short walk.
She said I wobble.
Wobble baby, wobble
Really?
baby.
Really? That's what you're doing now?
I like that. I've been trying to figure out.
Cripple guy.
I've been trying to figure out a way to describe his limp ass walk since he got that boot on.
That is perfect.
And for those that don't know, I am officially without the boot, without crutches, without a cast, without scooter. It's just me and regular old tennis
He
shoes.
can carry his own water in the fucking house now.
Yeah, exactly. Now I carried that desk in the house and then built it from scratch. I carried 3 trees in the house
We act like
with
that was
18
hard
branches.
to do that.
I
IKEA desk.
Wait a minute, where's that IKEA desk? I chopped down a
Connect
tree.
Section 8 to be face ass. That was not.
I chopped down a tree. I had to shave the stems and get rid of the bark. We're drinking the bark. That's what I mean. I liquor from the actual tree bark from the tree I chopped down.
How have you done
And then I
this for
shaped-
so long?
Huh?
Explain this to me. Like, what have you guys done?
Over the
There
decades,
is
you
a
developed
golden throne in heaven for the 4 out of the 5.
Oh, wait a minute. 4 out of 5. What, I don't get no throne?
No,
Because you're
Damn.
a nuisance.
we earned it.
I don't know that we're
It's
certain
so
you will be in
You
heaven.
got it. Put it on the show ass.
You heard what I said. Nuisance.
That means you got 6. You got 6.
Oh, Lord.
I
like that.
I like that.
Nuisance.
New sense.
Lord, have mercy. No, not new. N-E-W. Nuisance. Jeez.
Crazy.
Just hold your breath till tomorrow.
Damn.
That's
Hold
crazy.
your breath for infinity.
I might hold my breath till the end game.
Good.
Hey, that better words?
Segue.
Hey. All right.
Let's get
Segue.
this show
So that's,
started.
that's not the show. Welcome to Kickback. JB, what's the fucking name?
No, nigga! It's called a pod named Kickback. It's a pod named Kickback, nigga. Say it with me now.
A pod named Kickback.
Thank you.
Also known as the Black CNN, and the revolution will be televised. I'm New the Mayor, also known as No Breaks New, the righteous ratchet. If you throw it, I catch it. If you got it, I match it. That's it.
You missed a lot.
I do a remix.
Replacement.
Remix. I just remixed all that shit. Let me do it again so you can catch it.
No. That's why I need my ruler. Amazon, please hurry up and expedite my 2-day shipping. It would be nice if it was on the porch when I got home, so I can have a pod named Slapback.
Wow. Violence. Peace is the way.
Okay,
Peace
then
is
it will
the
be the
way.
peace rod. That's what it will be. The peace rod. I like that. How?
You look like that.
She's a mother. Why wouldn't she?
Mm.
You know
Make
what?
sure it got little holes in it.
Yeah. So when it swing down, it makes them.
Goodness, I never.
You gonna lie. Wait till you have kids. You gonna have a spoon, a ruler,
Come on, I'm gonna talk to them. I'm gonna talk to my kids like I talk to you.
Slipper.
Now, Tori.
A whole slipper.
That's not good.
You don't use it except for on you. You just threaten them.
He threatened the shit out of him.
I'm gonna use reason and logic to talk to my kids. I'm
I have a
like,
spoon
right.
called
Good
the
luck
wall.
with
Missy May.
Spoken in some
Now we
window.
know.
Yeah, exactly.
Huh?
Yep.
Introduce yourself.
Yep.
Somebody.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Tori Grace, aka Vixen with the voice and the blonde bombshell. We are in the building today on a pod named Kickback. I am interning today, so I'm not really here. I'm interning. I'm here representing Endgame and Stark Industries. So forget y'all. I'm here with the homeboy. He can
Yo.
intern with me.
There
This
we
one
go.
can.
What's up, y'all? It's JD Frank. I'm that gangsta geek representing
Oh.
NWA. Nerds with attitude.
That's why we can intern for Stark.
That's Stark Industries. Good benefits with them.
Yeah, they got good benefits. You
Decent
get like
pay, too.
little costumes and like you get the little Spider-Man thing going on.
Oh, that's what's up. That's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Missy May, introduce yourself.
I surely don't have the introduction that y'all have. I don't have that. I'm missing that. That's all I got.
It
That's all I
goes in
got.
time. It goes in time.
Ooh,
So,
you're gonna have to teach me that.
oh, I got
So
one.
where you from?
I got one.
Okay.
We got our girl Missy May in the building.
I like it.
Okay.
I like it.
No, where you from?
Cali.
How long you been in Georgia?
8, 9 years. I call myself a Cali peach.
Okay,
I
and
like that.
Missy
and
May,
you called yourself
Cali
something else
Beach.
earlier. Was a B word. And that bitch.
I was like, what?
You said you was like, everybody knows I'm
Oh, bougie. Yeah.
Okay.
I
Bougetto. Anyway, so that's Missy May, our lovely contestant this week. That's Bougetto from Cali and
Missy May, the Cali Beach.
like that. I like that.
Alright, so we got a good show for y'all. We got to talk about Endgame. We got to talk about Game of Thrones, Jay-Z, Barbecue Becky. What is sexual chemistry? But first, let's start with our icebreaker. And
How you gonna make the icebreaker and then don't remember what the icebreaker is? Okay, the icebreaker of the week.
I saw this on Facebook, and I told John I was gonna steal it off his page. I'm stealing it. And we got Gilman in the building.
What up?
So guys, would you rather have a quickie every day, great sex twice a week, or mind-blowing sex once a week?
I'm gonna go with twice a week for great sex and occasionally mind-blowing sex.
No, there's no
But you
occasional
can only
shit.
pick
only
There's
one.
no occasional shit.
Right, so that's
I
right.
got to do 2 a week, dog. I can't wait.
That is not gonna work.
Once a week is hard.
I know, and that's what I'm torn between. Cause I'm like, I've never had mind-blowing sex again. Great is great, but I'll never have
But it
mind-blowing
legit
sex.
depends on your
ever.
mood. Like, did your girl get to get dressed up and go out? Like, did she get to get all
Well,
fancy for you and
But you
walk
know what?
around?
I think you need to look at it this way.
When you say it like that, though, I think I would rather have mind-blowing sex.
That's what I picked.
If you can't have like if that's what it is.
Yeah, this is it. You have a quickie every
Oh.
day, great sex
Yeah.
twice a week, or mind-blowing sex once a
mind-blowing
week.
sex
I'm
once a
going.
week. I'm
That's
on
literally what the
mind-blowing
question
sex
is.
once a
But
week.
I didn't know this was for eternity, though.
Yeah, that's what I didn't know. It was
Yeah,
just
if
like-
it's
Well, you know,
for
you-
eternity,
If
like,
it's
that's
forever,
like
I'm
the
on
whole
mind-blowing
thing.
sex.
Me
Once a
too.
week.
I pick mind-blowing sex once a week because I need to have some. I need to. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she
I
need
need
to
my mind back.
she need to be swinging from rafters and chandeliers and dressed up and yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean,
I know
like,
what
if
the-
you're limited
Yeah.
and you have to pick one forever,
Yeah, I'm doing mind blowing.
What's the alternative to pick it one for a week? I don't
because
understand
no,
what's going on.
look, like, what
Well,
if
You take away the forever and this changes
This
for
changes.
every.
How does it change?
Because
Because
so
if you
I
had
get
if
to
like
get
1
dressed-
week you had mind blowing sex
Yeah,
once
and
a
then
week,
the next
or
week
like
you
next
have
month you
cookies
have
every
it
day.
twice a week, or then
But it says
the next-
would you rather.
But
I don't understand how
but
y'all.
you're adding the eternity in there.
Because what if you just
This
moved
is
in
for-
together? If you
I'm
just
for
move in
us.
together and you just get with your significant other, typically you having sex every day.
Right.
Yeah.
And typically it's pretty fucking good.
Right. So then you turn around and you've been together for a while, and it's like, okay, date night. We gonna have date night at least once a month. You don't want no damn quickie on date night.
Damn sure.
That is not gonna work. That is not sufficient.
I understand that, but I don't understand how y'all got that from the question.
How did
Would
you
you rather
add
have
in
this?
her?
Because
it doesn't say forever.
The
What
question.
you
No,
gonna
it's
say
a
for
would
a
you
week?
rather
What
question.
is would you rather? You gotta
Would
pick
you
one.
rather is always forever.
How did y'all put a timetable on it?
Right.
Because
That's what I
they
don't
could be
understand.
talking about this week
I was just
or
thinking about
this
this
month.
week. Yeah.
That's
I
interesting.
see.
That,
Y'all
that's
both have good
that's
points.
like rude
I have
as
no
hell.
idea.
Like once a week, I can
let's-
only have
it's
sex
like, I
once
mean-
a week.
Would you rather?
I'm so lost with y'all interpretation of the question.
Well, it could be interpreted a couple
Okay,
different
now
ways. Yeah, but I see what you're saying.
I read it slowly and it changed for me. I don't know. That's how it reads.
They say that for the stroke
Would
too.
you
It
rather
was slow.
have- Look,
Go ahead, I'll continue.
But I mean, like the quickie every day that's gonna like piss me off. That's not.
Yeah, that's
But see, I do want a quickie in the
No,
mornings. I want a
every
quickie in the
day.
morning. Well, not every day, but
See?
But that's
ultimately,
see,
no, I
that's
gave you,
what
I
I'm
gave
gonna
y'all
stop.
my answer. My answer was mind blowing sex once a week from the beginning.
Yeah, you're right.
But I do like to have a quickie in the morning. I do like to have some great sex twice a week, and I would like to have mind blowing sex at least once a week. I
You
understand
fucking every
that.
day.
I would like
Yeah.
to.
yeah, because
that
I
would
mean,
be
it's a
ideal.
week.
If you
That's
have
every
sex
morning.
every day, is it possible to have mind-blowing sex? Like,
It
it's
is
fucking
not.
every fucking day.
Not every day.
it's
And,
somebody-
and not just from the male's perspective. You gotta think about it from the female
No,
perspective.
because
If
you're
you
damn
have sex with
tired.
that woman every day,
Whoa.
she's not gonna give you mind-blowing
Also-
sex once a week.
Also,
right.
it also depends on like.
Mind
Yeah,
blowing.
I
I'm
open
thinking
that.
you put
I
my
open
ass to
sex.
sleep.
I open up sex to, if you're doing it every day, to oral sex days. Like I'm famous for oral sex day. Like let me eat you today and we chill. So in that regard, maybe not penetration every day, but there are times when I want to fuck every single day. I've dated women that made me want to fuck them every single fucking
Yeah.
day.
But
and I'm like, I
that's
don't know
like-
what the fuck is wrong with you,
They
but for
that's-
some reason I want to
but
fuck you
That's
every
in
day.
the beginning, because once you get
No,
into
it's lasted. It's lasted.
But
No.
once
I've
you
had-
get into your
I've
routine
had
of
a
living
woman or
together
two-
and the
I'm
day-to-day
telling you,
things
I've
and
had a
stuff
woman-
that has to happen.
Nope.
My longest relationship was about 4 or 5 years. No, my longest was from 94 to 2001.
And you're how
That's my
old now?
longest one. I'm 43.
Oh, baby.
So
Okay.
you're at
That's a
40.
long time.
Listen,
No, I was just saying it was a long time ago.
but
Oh,
right,
yeah.
thank you. We are
But-
here. You
Okay,
can't
so
do
how
that
long
at
were you-
43
how long
every
were you
single
having
day with
sex
a
every
damn
Don't
day?
tell me.
How
No,
long were you having
no.
sex every day?
And actually, in that relationship, I wasn't. I didn't start having like the need, the desire to want to fuck somebody every single day until I was in my 40s. It's like I turned 40 and like some shit happened. I just got like insatiable.
Explain to him about children.
Yeah, that's
Children
the
are
other.
the
Yeah,
littlest cock blockers ever.
I'm opting for once a week mind blowing sex because honestly, in a house with kids, that would actually be an improvement on a lot of situations. You don't with little kids around, you don't get to fuck a whole lot. Number one, they be making noise and shit,
Knocking
getting
on
on
the
your
door.
nerves.
Yeah, because you know they
Waking up.
know right.
And then you
Waking
just
up
be
no
tired.
matter.
And then you be tired as shit. You be tired
find
as
places
shit.
You think you done ran the kids through the park for 6 hours? They gonna go to sleep all night. Then all of a sudden, mommy, mommy.
Daddy,
I'm
daddy.
It's a Kevin Hart
daddy,
special. What's wrong?
daddy.
Me and my friend talk.
Come in no more without knocking.
But it's like legit. Like you don't get to do it every day. So
And just for the
sometimes
record,
you have to.
I've dated women and we've lived together and they had kids with a child. Just for the record, I've been in the house just because I ain't no kids. I mean, I ain't been in
You
the
got
house.
offended.
I didn't get offended. I was.
And then
I was
how was
fine.
that?
Well, it was a child that was like two to 4.
That's different.
So
That's
it was a
No,
little
that's
bit
the
different.
biggest cock blocker. Trust me. I got a 3-year-old. That's the door knocker like a.
It wasn't.
A whole lot with, yeah.
That's the wake up in the
I
middle
found
of
a
the
way around
night.
it. But I am I'm a fucking ass nigga. I find ways around shit like that. Like I just do. Like the kid will go to sleep at some point. I'm the type of nigga that be like,
I'll wait.
be no, oh, like, no, yeah. Like, be late today. Be late. Be late today. Call him. I'm dead. Call him. Be late. Like, I'm that nigga. Like, so the kid is at school and we getting ready for work, and I'm like, be late. Just like an hour. Just
It's just
be late.
that easy. Just be late.
See,
Well, you can be late.
fooling with the cash flow at that point.
Well, not because I'm assuming we got some kind of
No, that's the cash flow.
benefit or some shit. God damn it.
Just be late. That's your workaround.
That's not a workaround.
Her being late.
That's not a workaround.
I'm good with once a week. Mind blowing sex once a week would be great.
I don't know what to say.
No, you can't be late. You gotta handle your shit. You gotta work it
That's
in.
real.
You
Yeah.
got like you.
Well, no, you can't. I have taken off.
I think that's the
I have
realistic.
taken off of work to fuck. I don't understand what y'all talking
No,
about.
I'm not. I'm not.
I don't know. I have literally taken a vacation day just to fuck.
Vacation day is different
Yeah.
than going in late.
Okay, so okay.
And
okay,
especially
okay,
like with
okay.
me, I run my own business on top of that. My orders can't go out the door late. We ain't got time for that. We have to get this shit out the door. It's got to be on time because that's a
You
repeat
always
customer.
make time for dick.
You can.
No, it's in the Bible. It's in Galatians.
What?
You
it's
can-
do what you want to me.
I'm using that shit.
And that's how to do what you want to me.
Oh,
That shit. It's in the Bible. It's in Galatians.
Please.
I'm using
That's
that
funny.
shit.
Do what you want to me. Do what you want to me. Do what you want to me. So
it's great sex twice a week. That's what
I think
everybody's gonna
twice a
get.
week is
That's nobody's gonna
unfortunate.
get any of these other things.
That's like
great sex twice a week is. I think great sex twice a week is great. Honestly, I can't gown that because unfortunately I've had like what's the best one? Mind blowing sex, and I've had more great sex than I've had mind blowing sex. Mind blowing sex has been more sporadic. So great sex twice a week I think is probably every human's regular goal. I in my 40s now. I want some mind blowing sex. Like I had a period where I had some like okay sex for like a year, and I was like, what the fuck, dog? Like I couldn't do this.
that's typically.
I couldn't do this for the rest of my life. So now I'm like, maybe I'm not bitter, but whatever you call it. Now I'm like, nigga, I don't want mind blowing sex. I
bitter
don't
black
want
man.
shit. I don't give a fuck. I want the best ever. And that's how I think now. So my answer now is still once a week. But I do honestly believe that great sex twice a week, I think you're lucky to have that.
I would agree with that.
I agree.
I think you're lucky to get mind blowing sex once a week. To be honest
Once
with
a
you,
damn
Once
Yeah. a lot of women claim they haven't even come yet.
You
so,
damn near have to take a
yeah.
vacation day, like you said. You got to go do a vacation day to make sure there's nothing interfering, no work, no.
Staycation.
Yeah, it's a staycation. Like you legit want to go
Vacation.
No, a vacation is different than a staycation. A vacation is multiple days. A staycation, like you done cleared the schedule, ain't nothing going on involving anybody or anything. There's no work of any
Oh,
kind interfering.
So what else is involved in that? Is it liquor? Is there weed? Is there
Whatever you and Bay decide.
Is it
is
the
gonna-
candle wax? Is it oils?
It's whatever
Is it
y'all
the app from
decide.
your
All right, we're not going to delve into your fantasies right now.
Okay.
See where you going with this
These
nigga.
are my realities.
Oh, you're
I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that shit.
I just can't with you.
Okay, so next topic.
Moving on.
So,
Speaking
Bundy
of-
saved his wife.
Wait a minute. We gotta hit the thing. My left stroke just went viral. Our viral story of the week. Tori.
Bundy saved his wife. I think it's dope. Click, click, pow, pow.
For our listeners and viewers that have no idea what you're talking about, could you please explain?
So there was a home invader at Bun B's house, and they were doing what home invaders do, and Bun B protected the home at all costs, and it was shooting the motherfucker that broke into the house. I
And then
think,
chased him down.
I think
Yeah.
it was gangster. He should have beat his ass while he chased him down. Like,
Oh, he got him to the ground.
So Bun B and his wife were home alone. Bun B was upstairs, his wife was downstairs. There was a home invader. Someone broke into the home. Put
She answered the door.
Well, she answered
knocked
the
on
door. Yeah, he knocked
Which
the door.
is
She
my
answered the
question
door.
now. Why did
They
you
put
open
a
the damn
gun.
door?
They put a gun to Bun B's wife's head. There was some commotion. He demanded car keys.
Well, she offered up the
She
auto
offered the car.
and then went to the garage and then Bun B.
My question
And
is,
then Bun B started. He heard what's going on from upstairs. Came down with his gun. Had, I guess what we'll call a shootout with the guy. The guy was hit, I believe, in the shoulder. And Bun B chased him down.
And then he got in his car and, well, he couldn't have gotten in his car and chased him down. I just know he chased him down and then was able to identify him. That was the reason why he wanted to chase him down, to make sure
so
he
did
could
they know
identify
him, and that's why she opened the front door? Because
Well, apparently
That was
that guy was robbing other houses as well.
Well,
it wasn't
they
just
could've
like
been
targeted
delivery.
towards
But
Bun B.
I don't open the door for delivery
I know.
drivers. I don't care. It could be the UPS guy. Leave it
I
on
don't
the
know,
porch.
was this at nighttime?
Unless I know that I have to sign for something, leave it on the porch. I'm not opening the door. I will look through the window, look at you, and be like, and go about my business. I never open the door. Ever, ever, ever. So I don't understand why did she open the door for him? Like, whatever delivery it is, leave it on the porch.
Yeah, and we will probably never know the answer to that, but she did open the door, and he did pull a gun out, put it in her face, and Bun B was able to shoot him. He, like a dumbass, checked himself into the hospital for his bullet wound, and was arrested.
Yeah.
Right on the spot.
That's because they always got to report gunshots.
Yeah, they always do. Yeah.
And I just thank God Bun was strapped. Thank God nobody in Bun's family was hurt. And if you break into somebody's house, you gotta be willing to
You deserve to get
to-
shot.
suffer
That's
the
my
consequences, man. That there are consequences with actions.
I agree.
And I'm just glad that Bun was prepared. And that's just another memo to my young niggas and my old niggas. Like, we should be strapped. You should be protecting your home.
You know, it's crazy because I don't like guns, but hearing this story, like I just don't want a gun in my house. But it kind of makes me feel different.
Yeah, it's
I'm
been
all for it.
it's been
I'm
a
just-
dilemma
I'm
that I've
scared,
been dealing
but-
with. It's been a dilemma that I've dealt with
You've
for
gone to the
years.
gun range before?
Oh no.
Go to the gun range.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel differently.
I don't have a problem owning a gun. I'm concerned about my ability to protect my children from the gun in the home, and that's why I haven't done it. And it's not that there aren't locks and other things that you can put in place. Real talk, like I'm not that careful, and I know that about myself. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to put my kids at risk for my carelessness.
This is
know
what
I'm
you
saying?
do. Most gun ranges, you can take your child at the youngest, age 10, to a gun range, and you teach your child gun safety.
That's right.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
my child knows, like, we don't have a gun, but we got a BB gun. And BB guns can hurt people.
Yeah.
I will shoot your ass with my damn BB gun.
Mm.
I will pump and shoot, and I don't care. Like,
I'm pumping shit sometimes.
Wow.
why did I know that was coming?
Why'd you open that up?
Wow.
I will pop your ass with
All
a
right,
BB gun.
I'm just not gonna talk no more. Damn!
I knew that.
So if you teach your children gun safety, the reason why children grow up to be scared of a firearm is because they don't have exposure to it.
That's 100%.
So if
true.
you can go on Groupon. Groupon has gun ranges where you can go and take your child and teach them firearm safety, and you teach them how to shoot. I also was in ROTC in college, so I had to learn how
That's
to
where you
shoot.
get that evil shit from.
Yeah, I can shoot an M16. So
You got a picture of me in the refrigerator, AR.
I saw you with a paintball gun.
That's not a paintball.
No, that's not.
That's real bullets.
So y'all were in the military together.
No.
No, we went to a gun range in Las Vegas.
Oh, that's
Oh,
dope.
I bust my.
Stop it.
Meanwhile,
I'm sorry.
I learned how to shoot an M16. My family is from the damn country in Texas, so all I've ever been around my whole life are shotguns and shit,
Oh, yeah.
and that's the best way to put
Yeah,
it.
that's all you need to say is Texas.
That's it.
So my
That's all you do
uncle,
is
he
Texas.
keeps a shotgun over his door.
And go to the circle.
You go to his house and you break in, be ready to get shot. So to me, it's important, especially for young men, young women too, to learn how to defend themselves. And what I've learned going to the gun range, the same thing they shoot is what we should shoot. We don't need to get no little pink pea shooter. It needs to be the same clip, the same everything. And you learn to defend yourself. So it's no need to be scared. Typically, to me, like I said, fear comes from not being exposed to it.
Yeah.
And me growing up military, family from Texas, guns and shit. So I think all homes should be allowed to have a firearm to protect, especially in a situation where somebody breaks into a house. Cause
especially being black now, because there's danger everywhere now. We're like an endangered species out here. You know, the whole gun thing became even more relevant to me as I learned more and more about how so many of us are just being killed out there. It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, home invasions, and then so somebody comes in and you shoot them. Then you gotta worry about the police coming by and shooting you. Like, it's awful out here for black people.
Yeah, and that kind of leads us into what the fuck story of the week.
Yeah, you like that segue?
Yeah, I did. That was Ali, but I give you that was some Magic Johnson shit. A black couple was shot in their car while they were singing love songs to each other by the police.
Oh
Despicable.
my God!
This is just
They alleged that they received the description of a similar vehicle that was involved in a crime, and their body cams recorded portions of it, and the portions that were recorded, I believe, showed that the couple was just singing to each other, having fun. The police opened fire. The boyfriend got out of the car and ran away. He wasn't hit, but his girlfriend was hit. Now I'm gonna tell you, if you shoot my girl,
It's over with.
yeah, I might die that night. Yeah, because
I don't know.
it's
That's
something's
crazy.
gonna happen.
Cause okay, you racist, okay, cool. You police officer, okay, cool. You shoot me, oh, you know, not cool, but okay, cool. You shoot my girl, though.
but this
I'm supposed to be the protector of my
this is
woman,
happening
dog. Like,
a lot
you
though.
gonna shoot my girl, though? Like,
This is happening a lot. They're in the car, minding their own business, and they get shot. There was no kind of, you need to exit the car. It was none of that. We just start shooting in a car.
Man, I can't even. You know how many times I was doing shenanigans in my car when I was in my I mean, they were just kissy and singing love songs. The police probably would have caught me doing a lot more than that when I was in my 20s in the car. I can't imagine this scenario. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck made them think, okay, it's okay to just open fire on this couple in the car? What about that scenario even makes it plausible?
It's okay now.
That's the part that's so fucked up. Thank you for saying that. That's what makes it so fucked up. There is no fucking way on the planet as a professional police officer, someone who has been trained, I can stand up in a court of law and say, yeah, this couple and shit, you know, it was Luther Vandross on the radio, so I got scared, you know, so I just pulled out my Glock and shot up a car with two motherfuckers in there chilling because I thought somehow they were gonna be a danger to me. Like, how does that even make sense? How is that okay? Where's the logic, the reason behind this? This is irrational racism that has been turned up to a fever pitch.
yeah.
It's crazy out here. And you know, we've said it so many times now, we can't deny it anymore. Like, there's a mission to murder black people out here. I don't think we can walk away from that, turn away from that anymore. I'm fucking sick of this shit being called an accident, or they're trying to drum up some bullshit ass probable cause. This is fucked up.
I saw a car that looked like it was reported. That's your reasoning for doing
That's all.
it.
It was just that it was a red vehicle. That was it.
But I mean, but where does the
And when
harm
do you
be?
shoot first? We just had a
Right.
whole situation with the synagogue shooting in
Segway.
Yeah. What was that?
Powell in California.
Yeah, and that motherfucker made it into police custody safely. So when we know what he did,
Right.
we know he killed people. So what the fuck is the problem?
Right.
When you hear this, means what crosses your mind when you hear like this? When you hear this, you go like, do you want to fuck somebody up? Do you want to cry? Do you
I want to cry. I mean, just being a mother Like, that's scary. Cause I mean, I don't know how old they were.
21 and 22.
Yeah, like I have a 23-year-old, a 22-year-old, a 19-year-old, and like my daughter's off in college. She was sitting in her car the other day making a video with her friend, doing Parked in the Car Chronicles or something. And you can imagine that could have happened.
Exactly.
While they were making a video.
Crazy shit.
You know,
Minding their
so
own
it's
business.
scary as a mother to hear this when the majority of the time these just innocent, like they're not doing nothing. There's like no reason. There's no threat. I mean, how is somebody a threat to you in a car? Singing love songs. There's no threat.
Yeah, I
So,
mean,
Hold on, JB. Tori, I want to hear from you on this.
So
I put you on the spot.
no, I'm like formulating my whole. It pisses me off because this is the second televised black couple sitting in their car, minding their own business, that got shot.
Really quickly, I didn't watch it this time.
I'm not watching.
I have
I don't
stopped
watch this
watching
kind of
these
stuff.
videos
yeah, I can't.
because I think it was doing something to me.
It
It's
desensitizes.
trauma. It's like PTSD.
Yeah.
I had to stop. I watched Nipsey get shot, and I was
Yeah,
like,
watch that.
yeah, I'm not watching nothing else no more. I'm not watching
First of
nothing
all,
fucking else no more.
This is my opinion on watching the videos. When you watch the videos, you continue to make the next person think, oh, okay, I'm gonna go viral. So when you turning on the girl that got raped at Opera, the couple that got shot, the synagogue video, the black girl that got shot in her apartment, when you continuously watch these videos, you make it okay for the next person to do it. Because
And you
that's
also
their goal.
desensitize yourself, and that's
You
what I'm afraid
definitely
of.
desensitize
I'm afraid of being
yourself.
like, oh yeah, they got shot and moving on. I don't want to be that way. I want every time it happens, I want to be outraged. Every time it happens, I want to be. I mean, I don't want to put myself through that trauma, but I don't want to desensitize myself to it either. It's a weird.
But do you
But-
think not watching the video does that though? Like,
I think it spares me a little
Seeing
bit.
stuff on a regular basis that is violent will desensitize you. What was that? Black Mirror had an episode about that, about the girl that she was blocked from stuff her whole life.
I saw that.
So you have
Mhm.
6 of one, half dozen of another. You don't see anything, so you're not aware. You don't have to see somebody violently being shot to know that it's violent. Turn the news on. You know 27 people killed in a mass murder is a horrible situation. Why do you need to watch it happen? For what? That's what the news gets their kicks out of, which is why things that are reported here in the United States are reported differently in Canada. Canada will get hijacked and robbed and horrible shit will happen, and they don't report it like, oh my God, national security situation. Only the United States does that kind of thing. We're the only country that hypes up violence.
That is very
So
true.
for what? What do you want to see somebody get shot for? What do you want to see someone get raped for? Just imagine in your head, okay, that could have been my sister, mother, cousin, aunt, next door neighbor, best friend. Why do you need to physically watch it happen? I'm not watching that shit.
Yeah, it angers me to hear about it. So I know that it would anger me even more to see it. And I'm not talking about, oh yeah, that's fucked up. I mean, no, I get really angry. Like angry to the point where I'm looking at white people sideways, kind of angry. You know what I'm saying? You know, I can't watch that kind of violent shit. I can't see it because if I see it, then I get an emotional reaction. And it affects my well-being
Right,
in a
and
way
it
that is
affects
not healthy.
everybody that watches that shit. And I think that's the great
Well, I'm
point.
saying that's why
it affects all of us, and I think we should all be a little cautious about that. But in moving to our next story, and this is one I know is going to hit all three. I can only imagine. Tyreek Hill of the Kansas City Chiefs was caught on audio recording from his child's mother, where she accuses him of breaking their 3-year-old child's arm. She accuses him of the child being afraid of him. His response to that is, "You should be afraid of me too, dumb bitch." He already has charges for physically abusing that woman when he was in college before he got to the NFL. He's in the NFL on one of the top teams.
I don't know how.
And
he's
he
in
actually
the
has a
NFL
team
right now.
member who was cut by that team for domestic abuse.
violence. Yep.
So he's seen it happen where you can totally lose your entire job, and yet and still he allowed himself to be recorded, which I know she
He may not
was
have allowed himself
well,
to be
well,
recorded.
He allowed it because he said it. Like always, like if you fuck a girl, she get pregnant, you allowed her to get pregnant. I don't give a fuck if you thought she was on the pill, whatever. You gave her your semen.
Definitely.
He had the conversation. To me, that you allow. I'm you know what I'm saying. I typically I'm very cautious about what I say and what I do because I don't want you to have the power to be able to use that against me. I want to remain in control. So that's why I say that he allowed himself to be recorded. He didn't literally say, "Hey, record me." I'm sure he didn't know he was being recorded.
Well, depending on the state, I could hit record at my phone right now, record all this shit, and not say anything to you guys. And as long as I know it's being recorded, I can do whatever the hell I want with it.
That's my
so
point.
in some
That's
instances,
exactly my point.
So you don't say
No,
wild
you're
shit
right.
like
What
that.
you're saying is my
right.
point. Is you
So
don't exactly.
what
you
I'm
don't say
saying
shit.
is it's a fucked up ass situation. He needed to be recorded. I'm glad she did. But you don't always allow yourself. If you call Taco Bell and you talking to them and you start getting it on with the Taco Bell operator and she recorded your shit and puts it on TV and you didn't give your consent, that's not fair to you.
I view it differently. I think that anything that I say out loud or do that can be seen by others, I allow myself to be recorded.
Absolutely.
That's
Once he entered the
where I'm from.
relationship, he
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like
He's saying
I'm
anything
saying-
that comes out of his mouth, if it can't be repeated, it shouldn't be said.
That's exactly
basically,
right. That's
basically.
exactly it.
Because if you my baby mama, right, and you say you scared our son and you broke his arm and da. I'm immediately going into defense mode. Like that niggas, when I was selling weed, you couldn't text me like I want some weed. Like I want some weed. Huh? Who? I don't know who got weed. What? And I was a small time nigga. One like I was like the big drug dealer of the city. I was a little nigga, but I was still like, you want weed whackers for your grass? What do you mean? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just not. I was sort of a very young age to be very cautious of whatever I say, especially over the phone, even in person, because I've seen this movie before. So maybe it's because I'm old as fuck and I've been
No,
around.
that makes perfect
But I'm
sense.
just
Like
very
you don't
cautious
say
with shit like
illegal
that.
shit over the phone.
And
Like,
if you
just
accuse
don't-
me of something, my response to that, unless I did it, before even if I did it, I'm probably gonna deny it or downplay it or something. I'm not gonna be like,
Well,
you
first
shot
of
you.
all, as a father, why the hell would you show concern for the fact that you broke your son's arm? That's the first thing.
Because he broke it on
That's the
purpose.
first thing. Is he should have gone there.
If you don't matter how angry you are, if your girlfriend, wife says you scared your child and you broke his arm,
I'm immediately
turning to someplace different. And the fact that he got mad and said that shit, nigga needs to get fucked up.
Yeah.
Because
He needs his
either
ass
he
beat.
did it and didn't care,
But she's
or he
a-
did it and knew he did it
But the
and
reason
said fuck you too. Either way, he's wrong.
the reason he called her a
Facts.
dumbass bitch is because you let this fucker break your child's arm. I don't give a shit if it is his daddy. You let him break his arm and then you lied for him. Why is he not dead? You let a motherfucker touch my baby.
This nigga
Yeah.
also, she said on tape, you tell our son when he crying to open up his arms and you punch him in his chest. 3 years old.
He's 3.
2,
He's a
3 years
baby.
old to make him stop crying. Are you crying? Stop crying. Open your arms. And you punch him in the fucking chest.
I will be in prison.
And we some strong niggas. We not Tyreek Hill.
No.
We're not an NFL athlete.
No. No.
Imagine what we would do to a child.
Mhm.
Now imagine what the fuck he would
Cast
do.
iron skillet straight to his head because I was
It's fucking ridiculous, dog. It's
It's
beyond
crazy.
abuse.
Something ain't right with him, though.
But,
That's what
but you know, there's got to be
But
something to be
something's
said
not
about
right
that.
with
That was
her.
done
Oh,
to
I
him.
was gonna say
Because
that.
That had to be
That's
done
why
to
the
him. That's a
child-
learned
You're
behavior.
allowing.
Yeah.
That's a learned
You're-
behavior.
absolutely.
So there, I mean, you don't make excuses for anybody that says something like that. But that nigga needs help.
You
Yeah,
are
there's
allowing
something-
somebody
He needs
to
help
injure
because
your
someone
child.
has taught him that is
Yeah.
how you deal with a crying child. because
Probably
it's done to
his
him.
father or his mother's boyfriend. Because to me, I don't think daddies just haul off and bust that kid in the head unless they saw their parents
That's right.
or their mother's boyfriend or whatever. Like you said, it's a learned behavior.
It is. It is.
That, I'm telling you, that's part of the reason why I'm still single. I don't want to I'm going to go to jail. I will go to jail. You put your hands on my fucking children and I will fuck your ass up. There's no questions. There's no in between. There's no I liked you so much, so I'm gonna. No, you're dead. Period. Because my father hit me as a child. So I'll be damned if me as the mama gonna stand back and let anybody put their hands on my child. You're dead. So she let him hit their baby.
This is just awful all the way around. It's awful all the way around. I'm glad that the police have taken custody of the child. The child is apparently living with a family, with another family, and they're saying that he's safe, he's secure right now. They're not really disclosing his location or whatever, and I think it was the exact right thing to do in this situation because this is a dysfunctional couple. There are clearly some mental issues going on with Tyreek Hill. I don't give a fuck about his mental whatever. Like he can go see a shrink in jail and figure that shit out. And that's how I'm looking at it right now. He does not need to be around any children, and nor does she, honestly, because she clearly did not have her own child's best interests at heart throughout this entire process.
But then again, you gotta think about her perspective too. She's dating this dude, and this was coming out of his mouth about their child.
Yeah, when you said to her, you need to be scared of me too, dumb bitch. So she could be afraid as well.
I got something for you. You ain't never played in the NFL ever again because you're gonna die.
And I think that's what happened. She released the tape. You know what I'm saying? Like, she sent it to her best friend, and then it miraculously wound up somewhere.
But if
I don't know that her best friend said, "Hey, you're my best friend, I'm gonna do this for you," or she was like, "Bitch."
If she hasn't been sending text messages and whatever else to prove that he's been abusive, and there's no documentation of it, at this particular point in time, it looks like she was in it with him.
It does.
Most
but
mothers,
his perceived threat to her shows that she may have been a victim as well.
But there is always some kind of documentation.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily true. That is not
I'm saying this because there is a
dating
text
an NFL
message
player that is abusive, that has had a history, that is taking care of you and your family. There is a very good possibility she has not said anything and this has happened before.
When I say documentation, she's texted another friend before then. There's been a text message to her best friend. He did it again.
Maybe.
That's what I'm saying by documentation.
Because a lot of times,
she went
like,
to
it's
the
2019. Like, ain't nobody stupid. People know, like, if I text this, if you might, like, I don't know, what kind of friends I have, but I know, like, this is gonna sound weird, but if F texts me saying this girl beat him, it's gonna be an issue. It ain't gonna be, oh, you just told me I'm your boy. So sometimes people won't tell their friends because they know it's gonna go too far. Like, I can't tell my girl this because she's gonna tell my uncle or they're gonna tell the police. So I can't tell any fucking body. And so many women are so quiet about abuse.
But everybody doesn't think that
But
way.
everybody doesn't think the way you say either. And that's my point. There are some.
Most women.
Well, I don't know if you can say most. Let me say
This is a woman that's been domestically abused.
And I know plenty women. I know plenty women who've been abused. We used to have them on the show, and they've talked to me, and they've said that I couldn't tell a fucking soul.
Most
and
of
they
us.
didn't. I've had women that I've dated that say you're the only person I've ever told. I never told my girls. I never told my parents. I told you what this nigga did to me 10 years ago.
The statistics are 1 in 4.
I don't fuck statistics. I'm telling you facts.
I know, and I'm telling you facts too. The statistics are a fact. 1 in 4 have been abused. And out of the 1 in 4, 3 and 4 of us have told somebody else and have looked to get help, but we don't know what to do after that because we're scared. So she has texted somebody. Somebody knows.
Well, there's a chance she didn't. Based on your statistics.
Unfortunately, there's a 25% chance
that's my point. That's my point.
But I can't believe that if she can record a whole conversation.
And that is my point.
If she's the same type of person that record a conversation,
she's done it before.
Yeah, because the girl she sent it to, I'm sure that in that example, I'm sure that probably wasn't the first video she sent, or first recording she sent her. So I will give y'all that. So I just want to make sure I speak up because I haven't talked to a lot of women because when the whole Me Too thing started popping,
it's a fucked up
situation. And it was like, talk to the women you know. I talked to all of the women I knew, and all of them had been abused.
Yep.
Every woman I knew.
1 in 4.
Every fucking
it's not 1 in 4. Every
It's
single
probably-
one.
woman I know.
Now the 1 in 4 is just what's been reported.
No,
So
I'm saying something different. I'm saying something different.
Notori, are you talking about 1 in 4 women of all demographics?
Yeah.
Or black women?
That's not black women. There's 68,000
Then, okay,
black females missing
I will
and
say this
missing.
to you.
Period.
I'm gonna co-sign with Jay and New, and every single woman that I know has gone through some sort of abuse. It's not no 1 in 4. It is 100%.
No, black females. It's 1 in 2 black females have been abused.
What we're saying
If
is
you do,
it's
I'm
1
saying-
in
no, you
I
asked
hear
me
what you're saying.
demographics all around, but 1 in 2 black females has been abused, whether it be sexual or physical. And I can tell you, I have 4 sisters, and out of all 4 of us, 3 of us have been abused.
So, well, then there goes, then those statistics, I'm sorry, they don't hold water.
It's
Yeah.
fucked up.
Those statistics, that's, and so to New's point, fuck the statistics, because they're not accurate.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
Just by the test case in this room, they are
Yeah.
inaccurate like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Because you've got 2 here, and she just said, Omeece just said she's been abused too.
Well,
so it's a
and-
fucked
and-
up ass situation.
And that's
but
why
I know I'm
and that's
told.
why I am very, and I know JB and have shared this with me, because as black men, we have talked about this. Like, and I'm not saying anybody here was doing that, but we are very careful to not do any victim shaming, and we're very careful not to blame anybody for not seeking help because of fear.
Mm-hmm.
I know niggas like just like regular nigga shit. I could have smacked a nigga, he ain't gonna tell nobody. And that's a nigga. And I'm talking about, so I know what a woman is. A woman, there is an opportunity for a woman to be afraid to speak to anyone, and I just don't want that to be lost in this conversation. So I don't know if I articulated that properly. What I was trying to say is that there is probably a very large percentage of women who have been abused, who have been too afraid to say anything to anyone. Mm-hmm. That is all I was trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all I'm saying is we usually do tell, we just don't know what to do after we tell somebody. We will tell somebody, our friend offers some type of advice, this is what you need to do, and we're too scared to go after we've told. It's typically what happens, which is how you end up with the woman that gets killed, that gets beat to where she's almost non-existent anymore. We usually do tell, and I'm not saying that.
Let's stay here. And I want everybody to respond to this. There's a woman out there right now that is being abused. We are her friend. She comes to us and says, hey, I don't know what to do, but this nigga is verbally abusing me, physically abusing me, emotionally abusing me, or sexually abusing me. It don't fucking matter which one.
It's all the same.
What would we say to that friend? And I want everybody to chime in. Well, Omeece, you're the guest here today. What do we say to that friend?
I mean, it's hard to tell somebody what to do in the situation that I was in. It was repeated abuse for years, and I would leave and I would go back, and I would leave and I would go back. So I would leave, but my mother always told me, "You'll know when you're done." And the day came, and I remember I would say that he forced himself on me. He was my husband, but he raped me. I would feel that way, and as he was having sex with me, he told me, "I wish I could bust you in the motherfucking head with a brick right now." Ask these fucking.
That's crazy.
And when he was done, he just rolled over and went to sleep, and that's when I knew.
Mm-hmm.
But I did tell him. I said, "You know what? I know that the day that I leave this world is going to be at the hands of you, and then you're going to kill yourself because of what you just did. That's what's going to happen." And when I said those words out loud, I knew, like, I have to make a plan. I wasn't able to just leave. It's very hard to just leave a situation, and that's where women get lost. But that's when you have to just make a plan. And it took me, from that time, it took me 8 months to leave. But you have to plan stuff out, because sometimes, and I had to leave the state. There was no leaving him and staying there, because
Right.
I probably wouldn't be here.
Right.
I had to leave the state. So I say, definitely tell somebody, but you have to really make a plan as to what you're going to do. And you don't have to stay in that situation. You can keep telling yourself that, but you don't have to stay. You just don't have to.
You're free to go.
You get to the point where you've been told you're stupid, you can't make it without me, you can't do this. You get to the point where you start to believe that because you've been told for so long. I lived it. My father was abusive. So I go from being abused at home to when you get into relationships in the future, it's a repetitive situation. And I finally said, you know what? Fuck this shit. I'm not stupid. I don't deserve to get smacked. I don't deserve to be talked down to. I don't deserve this shit. And you finally say, I'm not going to put my kids through what I went through growing up. And that's what made me start to say, okay, this shit has gone on too long. I have been in abusive relationship after abusive relationship, and it finally took for me over the last 5 years to say, enough is enough. I do not deserve to be talked to any old kind of way, treated any old kind of way. My children don't deserve to see that because I know what it was like for me growing up, watching my father talk to my mother, which was why when my dad died in September, that's why it was so hard for me to go. It's like, so I gotta go to see this motherfucker that done treated me like shit my whole fucking life. Now he requesting for me to be there. Y'all don't know how hard that was to do, but I went because my siblings wanted us to all go. That's some fucked up shit. Now, I told people from the time growing up at 14, 15 years old, I'm telling, my dad's abusing me, my dad's abusing me, my dad's abusing me. Counselors, teachers, well, you have to make an official statement. Y'all don't understand the fear that the official statement puts into a woman's mind. That's why I'm saying she's told somebody. I thought at 14, 15, if I sign a piece of paper saying my father is abusing me, there's 6 kids in my family. Who the fuck is gonna take us? Where are my siblings gonna go? They're gonna split us up. We're gonna go to all over the place. They're gonna do something to my mom because my mom is terrified to say anything. We going to church telling people at church, oh yeah, he's abusing us, but ain't nobody doing shit.
Yeah, so you started this discussion with a question, and the question was, if someone came to me with that information, what would I do? Honestly, I do the same thing that I've always done, because again, we just went through the whole thing that we've heard this on more than one occasion. The first thing I start with is, and I'm gonna say this out loud to you ladies too, I love you. And you didn't deserve what was done to you. There's nothing that you did that brought that on to you. There are fucked up people out here. There's evil in this world, and it is not your fault that the world is evil. First of all, you're beautiful, you're intelligent, you're wonderful, caring individuals, and motherfuckers who do this shit to people are not, first of all. Second of all, I'm here for you, which means that I am here for you. I'm not gonna superimpose my plan for redemption on you. Whatever the fuck that is bullshit. When you say that you're there for someone, that means that you are there to support their empowerment and their upbuilding and uplifting. And that support can take a variety of different forms. Maybe you just need a spot to come and stay some nights when shit gets heavy. I'm here, I'll give you my address. I'm dead ass. I'll give you my address. If you need somewhere to go, come and stay with me for a while. You'll be safe at my house. If you need me to involve the authorities, I'll help you with that. If we need to build a plan to get you out of that situation, I'm there for you in that regard. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to help you put your life back under your control, because I think that is the most important thing. And that is what abuse is all about. It's all about taking control of someone's life. So my goal is to help you get control of your life back. And that is my only goal, because that's all I can do. You know what I'm saying? It's your life, not mine. I'm just there to help. And that's what I always say. And I'm saying it now, saying it out loud.
Yeah, Gelman,
You.
you want to chime in?
Yeah. I mean, you all have all illustrated good points. I mean, if someone came to me with that information, I think that the first thing that I would ask is, what do you need from me? I mean, you know, it's hard to put yourself in a situation like that, especially as a man, for one. You just can't fathom what that person's going through. And so the first thing I think I would do is just make sure that they understood that whatever it was that they needed, that I would provide for them, you know, and let them talk. You know, it's, if they're coming to you with this information, clearly there's something that they need to get off their chest, and the less said better. Initially.
Yeah, I want to say now, I would lean more towards what JB said. I had someone come to me with that information, and me and my niggas went.
Yep. That's the first inclination, by the way.
Yeah,
The first inclination
100% correct.
Where
Sometimes that's why we don't
I
say
know.
anything.
And something happened,
Uh-huh.
and after it happened, we were the bad guys
Yeah.
because we took it too far.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's taking it too far, whatever it was that y'all did, because I never told my
That's
brother.
what she said.
I told. That's because she was still emotionally involved.
And she went back to him, by the way.
Yep.
And she went back to him.
If she had that
She went
reaction
back to
that
it.
you went too far, then that doesn't surprise me.
She was still emotionally involved.
Yeah.
That's all that is. Because when the shit happened to me, the reason I didn't tell my brothers is because I knew what the fuck my brothers would have done. Now I told my girlfriends. My girlfriends know what happened. I have some girlfriends that I don't talk to, communicate with at this point anymore because they were still hanging out with the motherfucker.
Oh, that's
So I don't kick it with them. Oh, it was because I had to get paid. Bitch, you put me underneath a paycheck, we not friends. So that's what I'm saying. We tell somebody. Somebody knows. It's typically another female. And a lot of females have been abused in a situation, and it might have been he smacked her one time, it never happened again, she left him. No, it doesn't happen like that for everybody. Like you said, you got stuck in a situation that was going on for years. I was the same way for years. And the thing is, like, I watched my mother go through the shit with my dad for 35 years. 35 years I watched my mom go through it. And I'm the one that snitched. I had to call my older brother, like, look, yo, you gotta come tell dad to stop because he locking mama in the house. Like, he's locking her in the house. She can't go to work. She can't go to the grocery store. She can't take us to get no food. He took all the money. She ain't got nothing. You gotta come make dad stop. But it was still documented at school, and nobody did anything. They didn't do anything at school. They didn't do anything at church. Nobody did anything. It's like, oh, shit. So what do? That's why I'm like, nah, somebody knows. I don't give a shit what they're saying. Well, I didn't tell. No, somebody, they told somebody. You just might have been the first to react. That's all. I'm not victim shaming at all. Like, the first time the shit happened to me, I was in fucking Augusta when the nigga beat my ass in Augusta, and his fucking homeboy knew he beat my ass and didn't do shit about it. And they all sat there at the breakfast table the next morning like, oh, we having breakfast. Well, why Tori not talking? Well, she just got an attitude. No, I don't have a fucking attitude. You beat my ass the night before. You took my cell phone, and I have no fucking way of getting home, and I'm stuck in goddamn Augusta.
We fucking homeboys up if we
No.
got into some shit like that. If
Y'all
I
getting a beat down.
like a serious
Like a
beat
serious beat down, and we ain't friends no more.
No,
We're not. I mean, and it goes to birds of a feather flock together. Period.
Correct.
Because if your homeboy knows you just beat your girl's ass and they still friends, that says something about him as well. And so, you know,
I can't even imagine that shit. I know I would get fucked up if I was like
fucked up beyond recognition.
Like fucked up, like bad, like like
By everybody.
And we got 30 years.
By
together.
everybody.
Yeah,
30
like-
years together. You getting
By
ass
everybody.
from 4 niggas.
Yeah, like
hard.
you catching.
And you can't even really fight back.
You
at that
can't.
point.
You can't.
Like, cause niggas gonna hit you with the intellectual shit. You know you're wrong. You know you deserve it. You know already. Cause we was raised different.
That's it.
And anybody be like, well, what? What would Ozzy say? What would Horace say? What would James say? Like it ain't no there's no excuse.
There's
We
no
know
fucking
that.
excuse.
But the fucked up shit is
We're not
it
everybody.
ain't us that's doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But it's the ancillary niggas, the nigga that we kicking with at the club.
Yep.
Be that nigga. You know what
And
I'm
they just
saying?
getting fucked up.
Yeah.
They getting fucked up, and we going to eat the burger afterwards like ain't nothing happened.
Yeah.
Not with him, us.
It happens so much, y'all. It happens so much. That's why I'm like, somebody
That's
knows.
crazy.
Somebody in the circle
crazy.
knows. Somebody knows what's going on. That. Did you tell somebody?
Oh, his family knew. What you
Oh
mean?
shit.
And nobody did anything.
Man,
I was afraid of his cousin. No, you don't understand.
Yeah.
I was afraid. One night,
Yeah.
I caught him cheating on me. I literally caught. I was pregnant. Caught him cheating on me, and I went to the girl's house. Saw his car parked outside. Went inside. They was washing up in the bathroom, and I'm just looking. I was like, oh, okay. I just walked out, and then I ran my car into his. But that's a whole other thing.
That's okay.
But
I keep
Don't incriminate yourselves. Don't incriminate yourselves on the podcast.
He didn't
Nothing
say
ever
shit.
happened. This is a fake story.
And then I went home. He chased me home. And he comes inside and we're yelling at each other. And I'm getting ready to call the police because, I mean, he didn't put his hands on me before. And I'm just like, ugh. So I have the phone in my hand. And he, like, gets ready to lunge for me. And I throw the phone. Well, it happens to hit him in his dick. He literally calls the police on me, mind you. He calls the police on me because I'm gonna keep him from having kids. That's what he tells the police officer. I'm like, whatever. So I told the officer, I'm like, look, I just caught him cheating on me. Like, you can do what you want to do. Like, you guys have record. He didn't been arrested before. Like, are you gonna take me or what? They don't take me. So the police leave, and I hear it, and I leave. I don't even have no place to go at that moment in time. And I hear him call his cousin. He was like, this girl, she didn't. And he was like, you coming over here? And his cousin, I know he hits women. So I'm like, I had to like run out the house. Mind you, our kids are in the house. But I'm like, I run out the house and I go hide. And I'm hiding in the bush, like waiting for his cousin to show up. And his cousin is searching for me. And I had to wait for him to leave. So his whole family was like that. So it wasn't, I mean, my mama knew, but my mama, I mean, I've been one of them chicks that I leave, I go back. I leave and go back. So what do you do with that? At some point, people get tired
typically get
of
told by
having
your
that
mother.
conversation. I mean,
When you
I
get
was
tired, you'll be
the,
tired
the,
enough.
the chick that, we got married a week after he got out of jail. He put his hands on me, and in my mind, I'm like, oh, I have 3 kids, I'm pregnant, like nobody's ever gonna want me, like I might as well just stay with him. And there was a restraining order in place. So we go down to the courthouse and get a marriage license, and I'm like, damn, y'all systems don't talk. You know, we ain't supposed to be like in each other, like
feet of each other.
Because they typically look at it, if you as the woman are not enforcing it, then we can let it go now.
Yeah. There was the last time he got arrested though, the district attorney wouldn't even. I dropped the charges and they picked them up. They were like, no, he's been here too many times.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
So
Glad.
I mean, women tell people, but like I said before, with what my mother said, I only know for me and how it went, where that was 8-9 years of that, where when you know you're done, that's when you're gonna walk away from it. But usually the women that end up in situations where their life is taken, it's usually at a point where they're about to leave and that man knows.
Yep. Because I was scared when my mother finally left my father. I was terrified he was gonna kill her, and I told her that. I'm like, nah, this man done some dumb shit. I came home from Detroit, and I'm like, I'm pregnant, coming home from Detroit. Like, nah, we about to fuck some shit up. I had to install extra locks on the door, install all kinds of stuff to keep my dad, because I would go to work, and my mom would be home by herself, and my dad would break into the house in the middle of the night. Call the police. Oh, it's a domestic situation. There's nothing we can do. It's civil at this point. Y'all are divorcing. Excuse me? So, somebody knows the system's fucked up. Y'all just don't understand how fucked up this system is.
Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of us do know how fucked up it is. But it's gotta be a fucking way, man. Like all I can say is, if you're going through it, reach out to somebody you trust and love. That's all I can do. And we gotta talk about something.
Let's talk about something else.
I don't know if it's
something
happier. We can make fun of some people.
Y'all faces is like, I'm
We
like,
can
hey,
talk about some.
y'all on camera. So this ain't radio no more. Y'all on
We can
camera.
talk
Y'all
about
look
some
beat.
dumbasses leaving for shit that don't make no goddamn sense. So Nicolas Cage,
Yes.
you got married for 4 whole days.
Wow.
4. I'm just trying to get married for 1.
When I look at this story, it reminds me of something that Omeece would do.
You know what?
You look like a type. I know you're
Why?
talking like.
Why?
her.
Why?
You want me to hit
Why?
my son?
Yes.
Ow! JB, help!
Don't
I
make
came
this
for
all
you.
smack
I
up.
came for you.
It's on camera.
I mean, I don't know. It doesn't look like a bad thing that's going on. I say enjoy yourself.
My question is,
I
4
would have done it
days.
after the first day now, but no.
4 days of divorce. Please tell me they didn't get married in LA. Please tell me this was a Vegas wedding.
Yeah.
So
It's
the
amazing.
story
I
is
think it matters
Nicolas
where they
Cage
married, where they live.
married a
Right,
woman.
married. The marriage license, where the marriage license was
Yeah,
put in, which
that's
is
right.
why
For those that don't
you
know,
see
because
women
Tori
move to LA
has
to
not
get
told y'all what happened.
I've never been married.
Nicolas Cage married a woman.
I didn't do it.
They were divorced after 4 days, and his wife wants spousal support after 4 days. And when I think of that, I think of his wife, of course, Robin Givens, and
What?
huh? I ain't say nothing.
So
Yeah.
I didn't
feel
disappoint
like
it, Omeece. I didn't.
I feel like at this point he should not get a divorce. He should get an annulment because it's only been 4 days.
There you go. Unless
That's
it's
not
actually
true.
consummated.
You can. I don't give a shit if it was consummated. You can still get an annulment. Annul that shit.
It's a tougher fight if the marriage was consummated, but you're
But
right.
the annulment, you can say she was not a representation of herself, who she claimed to be prior to us
That's very
doing
true.
the do.
That's very true.
Which is why annulments
She had
exist.
on walls. Or
I don't give a
showing
fuck.
her head or something.
I found
I'm
out.
trying to figure out.
Well, no, I mean he could
like-
literally walk into the court and be like, she's a fucking gold digger, so fuck this shit. Like he could say
She
that
lied
out
to
loud.
me. She claimed she wanted a divorce after 4 days of us being married. I said, for better or for worse, till death do us part, and obviously that's not what she wanted. I want this shit annulled. Boom, go home. Like 4 days.
Erica Koike? Erica.
Cockroach, crap.
Omeece
Caca.
Oh, really?
Wow.
I'm trying to read the name. I'm trying to read it. She's gonna
That's
get.
why you ain't having mind blowing sex. Anyway, go ahead.
Oh!
JB, how was your day today?
My day was excellent, Tori. How was yours?
It was alright. I did some homework.
Yeah.
That was that.
Yeah, he's getting a little tense over there.
Shut up, stupid.
Yeah.
Erica, you cannot marry somebody and get a divorce after 4 days.
And then ask for spousal support.
Like,
Yeah.
Erica,
man.
Obviously, you
Fuck
can.
out of here.
Well,
She
yeah, obviously you
gonna try.
can.
She gonna try.
that shit is an annulment
A
waiting
close
to
mouth don't
happen.
get
Yeah.
fed. So I'd
And-
say try.
I mean, what? Give me a piece of flavor to try.
Speaking
But
of
Erica,
closed
you gonna
mouths,
get the damn Donald Trump shut up, stupid, the fuck award.
Yeah.
Fucking stupid shit.
Barbecue Becky?
Oh
That's
yeah.
some shit. close mouths don't get fed.
Tori's
So
aunt
which
that
no.
lives in.
I might be mixed, but that is not my motherfucking aunt. My aunt is all beautiful. That bitch
we don't
is
say
a
so.
blob. She's a blob.
Well,
I seen her.
that
Both of them is some fucking blobs, and my family is not from fucking Detroit, nor are we from Oregon or fucking Philadelphia. We from goddamn Texas, okay? Texas.
So I guess that isn't her family, is what she's saying.
Thank you, JB.
her aunt through marriage.
My uncles all married beautiful black women. You trying to get chopped, aren't you?
Oh, wait a minute.
My brother is not here fast enough. I cannot wait to this.
So anyway, well, somebody explain.
His ass.
Which one are we?
Which
You
barbecue
explain
Becky?
the one you know.
The story about the.
No,
So what you
don't
know?
fall into this. This is his cousin and his baby mama. So these two bitches done caused a whole bunch of ruckus.
Let's hear it.
So his cousin was up in Detroit calling the popos on black folks for doing shit that is just fucking black folk shit, like barbecuing and minding their own damn business. So his cousin decided that she wanted to call the popos. So Michigan was like, you know what, we sick of this shit. We gonna put this in effect that any person that is related to New, that is a colonizer, will be arrested for calling the police on the Wakandans for barbecuing or living their life as black. Don't look at me that way. What is your problem? Your cousin did it. Shit.
You don't want to work for Stark Industries.
That's because they got good benefits. What that got to do with me being black?
They
They need the Wakandan. They need the Wakandan vibranium.
This guy.
That's why your cousin got arrested.
Yeah.
So his baby mama. Now his baby mama, Lord help
In
me.
the eyes.
His baby mama that I don't know what the hell her name was, but her little ratchet thought booty ass.
Becky, get it right.
Becky, whatever.
Get it right.
Becky with the greasy hair.
Oh!
Hey, that's my dance.
So this bitch done bust up into a regular ass Easter party, like they minding their own business, they having fun, and his baby mama show up talking about some nigger.
Why y'all look at me?
Cause it's your baby mama. Get her out of here. So
I don't control women. I let women do what they do. I'm not abusive.
you was standing across the street with her talking about some nigger with my
I
knife
was
in my
across the
pocket.
street doing. I was saying nigga.
Yes. So they across the
Love
street
her.
screaming nigger.
It
There's
was me.
children involved. Like they
It was
just
like that.
acting real ratchet. She pulls her pants down, moons the camera like
That just sound
nigger,
like
nigger,
they
nigger,
want.
nigger, nigger.
I mean,
Now, you
just
saw how they might put
asinine.
up hands
This
in
is
it. That sound like
just.
it.
This is just.
And screaming, yeah, call the police, call the police, go ahead, call the police. So they called the police.
Well, thank you. I will.
And mind you, first of all, I know I'm light skinned, but these people was extra white skinned.
Good word. Like,
And
I, the whole time I was watching the video, I was
You're like
like,
Puerto
where
Rican or
are the
something.
niggers?
They
Yeah, who are you calling
They
nigga?
like,
And they're not saying they're not niggers though, so then I'm like, well, maybe they're just light skinned.
no, they were like white skinned.
I ain't never seen a
like,
light skinned a whole family of that.
Yo,
You
I
motherfuckers
never.
was Spanish.
They was more than Spanish because usually I can look and I can
Because
see
like
a
if
Hispanic person.
we were
and I-
kinda, they well kinda.
Yeah, well, kinda. They was well, kinda.
They was like
Because
Omeece.
I'm like, no. They made Omeece look black. Like she was all the way black.
She was
So-
dark skinned.
She was dark skinned
Damn.
compared to them. She was Tiffany Haddish black by the time you looked. I'm like, those are black people. Like I know.
I'm still not sure they black. I'm still not sure they were black.
It don't matter. Like
She was
the bitch
screaming
crazy.
nigger, so
Yeah,
clearly they
yeah.
are some.
Or she could have just
brown
been
folks.
ignorant.
Yeah, I'm saying like
So
she's the
that's what
stupid
killed
one.
me.
It doesn't matter.
She did
And
call
she
the
called
police,
the
and they
police.
showed up, arrested
While
her.
she's saying all of this stuff. While
Right,
she's saying
right.
nigger.
And being recorded. So she calls the police, screaming nigger, gets arrested. Her husband gets arrested, and then they took their damn kids. Like, bitch, you tripping and your children are involved. So you are a threat to your children. So DFAX then showed up, took the kids out, and I'm sitting here like, so you was calling the police on who again, say? Becky?
Right, and they got
So New couldn't get the damn
Oh, my Jesus.
I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
So, really quickly, Barbecue Becky.
Neil couldn't bail his baby mama out, so her and her husband are in jail right now with their kids locked up.
Why would they file? Why would
Yeah,
I?
that's-
Is he the baby father
You're
and
the
her
side
have a
chick.
husband?
This is
I'm
a
the side
total,
chick.
this is a total orange
Y'all just have a
45
baby
award
together.
because
Where's your baby at?
white people.
In jail. It's baby in jail.
White people, let me share this with you so that you understand. You know, I know y'all got a crazy, racist, corny motherfucker in the White House right now, but believe it or not, most of the country doesn't feel the way your idiot asses do. So if you yell nigger, nigger, nigger out loud on the street and then call the cops and expect the cops to be on your side,
Oh, did I say she got fired?
probably not gonna work out too well for you, right? Because everybody doesn't feel that way. Donald Trump is crazy. You're riding the crazy train right now. So
How
you
much
enjoy
longer
that
do we have on
ride
that
straight to
crazy
jail.
train?
Oh yeah.
Not much longer.
Thank
And
you to Papa
you
Joe.
get the Donald Trump Shut Up Stupid Award.
Shut the
And we
fuck
need to move along and quickly.
Yeah.
Jay-Z's Black
HBCU.
HBCU College Bus Tour, which starts with my alma mater, HU, Howard University. You know, I'm gonna let y'all handle that and Antoinette Love, and I'm going to refill my drink because that's what I do.
So we have some awesome children in. Yeah, can you fix mine? You're awesome. No, don't give it to him.
What?
Don't give it to him.
I'm gonna get her.
Thank you.
refilled, too.
So
walk
the
out.
last
The ladies
time New
section.
made one of my drinks, I thought I was gonna have to sleep on the couch for 3 weeks and then go home.
Wow.
So we have some amazing things going on for the little babies. Y'all know I like to talk about the mommies and the babies and the daddies and the babies. Like it super hypes me up. So Jay-Z has put together the HBCU college tour, which he's been doing for a while, he said. It's just now getting publicity. It's dope.
Which is crazy.
So, the
How long
tour,
has
he
that
said
been around though? That's been around.
it's
for a
been
minute.
around for a few years.
Yeah,
Right.
it's been years.
So he's got the college tour going on. Babies are allowed to get on the bus and go check out all the HBCUs. Maybe I should have had New make my drink. Oh my God, do you see this? It's filled up to the whole top line. This is a college HBCU drink for real.
I didn't know what you wanted. I
Bless this cup.
good lord, it's just vodka and juice.
It smells more vodka than juice.
Mm.
So we're gonna sit it right here.
No, it's not. Taste
Sip
it.
it,
Taste
sip
it.
Just sit there, love.
Taste it. That is not heavy at all.
It's more lemonade. Thank
Thank.
you.
I
Not
told
killing
you.
me.
I'm like, what are you talking
So
about?
JB is in charge of making my drinks when I need a refill. Because last time it was more alcohol than it was
Oh yeah.
lemonade.
Oh yeah. Newbie like vodka lemonade. I'm like vodka.
I thought I was
lemonade.
drinking jungle juice for a moment.
No.
So the HBCU college tour, like it's really dope. The kids can get on the bus and tour pretty much all the HBCUs on the East Coast.
Mhm.
Then who was telling me they get one kid gets
Well, last year he gave one kid $100,000 scholarship.
Right.
Okay, so that's
So I don't know if it happens every year but last year it did.
I'm hoping this is something that happens every year because I know it's really difficult for kids to get into college or kind of pick out what they want to do
More
or
importantly,
where
it's
they
even
want to
more
go.
difficult to pay for college nowadays.
Correct.
This shit
Yes,
is ridiculous.
But Antoinette Love showed us that it is not that difficult.
It is.
Segue. I like it.
So what was it? $3.5 million.
3.7.
3.7.
Accepted to 115 colleges.
So
Y'all
I
look good,
am
just for the
so
record.
proud of this young lady for busting it out and like boom, boom, boom.
That's hardcore. 115
So-
colleges. That's crazy. I applied to 7.
I think that's all I applied to.
7 million.
And it costs money.
Mhm.
Fortunately for me, I
Oh
was,
yeah, it was like $50-$60 a pop per application.
Right.
So it was like like $300-$400 just an
you
application
can't
fee.
pop down. You sit on my whole
You
everything.
know,
I
I only got like one
my
action.
legs all wrapped.
I got
But
one.
not a twig. Like you
But I
sat
have
on
one-
my ass.
But I only have one leg. I
But
don't.
you
I
sat
can't
on
sit.
my ass and like,
One leg.
oh,
Look at this. Omeece, listen to
JB,
this.
can
I broke both bones.
Scar. You know that movie's coming out soon.
Oh,
too.
I can't wait for the Lion King.
I'm going. No children are permitted to go
That's
to that
right.
movie.
Beyonce in there too, ain't she?
Mm-hmm.
She's Nala.
I was gonna name my daughter Nala because no, my name now. I was like,
No.
maybe no.
You would not name her after a damn lion. That's the only
After
name that
me.
came
My
up.
name is now.
So,
Name after me.
little babies, we're gonna give you a tidbit of advice.
Yeah,
There
listen
is
up.
an app called Scholly. It is now
Yes.
$2.99 a month. You can apply for all the scholarships that are available. You plug in your information and they will tell you the ones that fit to you the best. There are ones with essays, ones without essays. There are some that do every month. There are some that do every week. So download the Scholly app. It is very much so worth it for your parents to pay for that $2.99.
Yeah, and getting into college is like applying for a job. You know what I'm saying?
It stops.
What?
You need to stop.
No.
It's an hour and 20 minutes. What are you
Yeah,
talking about?
yeah.
I was in those seconds.
Yeah, the seconds are on
It's
the
the
dot,
dots.
dot, dot.
The
Yeah, we
ellipsis.
checked on that yesterday. I mean, last Sunday. Anyway, cast a wide net, because when I apply for jobs, I apply for hundreds of jobs, right? Because I want to be able to pick the one I want. I want to be able to pick the perfect one. It's the same way
Same
in
thing with
college.
dating women. Same thing.
Yeah, cast a wide net. Get as many applications in as you can, especially with them making it as easy as it is these days.
Thank you.
I completely ignored it. I heard the bullshit.
It's just hard to.
I know.
Somewhere
It's
on
hard.
my Facebook page, I have a link that's saved on how to apply for all the HBCUs for $45. So I'll drop that into the podcast.
That's crazy.
Dude,
That's crazy.
That's awesome.
Because just Howard and Morehouse cost me more than that by
Yeah,
themselves.
absolutely.
I don't even want to go into because I applied. The only reason why I didn't have to apply for a lot of other scholarships, I was a super nerd and was going through ROTC scholarship. So I just kind of like threw my ROTC scholarship out there, like whoever takes me based off my GPA and my SAT scores, that's where I'm going.
Oh, wow.
So it.
Yeah, I mean,
No, you don't understand. I had like Clemson and UGA
That's
and
awesome.
Georgia Tech. Like everybody was like, "We'll take you.
Mhm.
Just show up. Just show up." So like,
I know that feeling. When they all like, "I take you." I know what you're talking about.
This guy.
I'm with Georgia and Trump. All right, next topic.
meanwhile, so I'll drop that link for the babies into the group. So y'all keep an eye out for that because that's something really important, especially if you're a parent. 7th and 8th grade is when they tell
Yes.
you to start talking to your
Yes,
children about this.
Yes.
Have
Get
your
involved in the
kids take
National
your
Merit
PSAT.
Scholarship. There
Yes.
you go. National Merit Scholarship Program.
Your
Yes.
PSATs,
Yeah,
your
the
band
SAT
club.
is different now from when we took it.
It was
Yeah,
different,
you up there in my age.
but it was
Almost.
different. But it's gone back to closer to the way
Well,
that
I-
we took it when
I
we
know,
were
'cause
taking
my
the
kids-
SAT.
Yeah.
My
They say that's your
one of my
own
sons had the
Joan
gold
did it.
standard.
There's
My
not as
daughter.
much written on it
Okay.
as it is your math and your English. But they highly recommend that kids start taking the SAT and the PSAT
Yes.
in 8th grade.
Yes.
There's a website called Khan Academy, KHAN.org.
Awesome.
Is it
Yeah.
.org?
Yes, it is.
They are a free company that you can sign on, and when you log in to participate with Khan Academy, you get unlimited PSAT training. And they also have where you can kind of plug in where your kid needs help and get extra assistance with that. So
Yeah.
I'm sure that's what this
You can
little
do it
girl
from the
stuff I
phone,
need.
too.
Oh, girl, I'm on it because my child he's a little nerd and I love him. My kid won second in Cobb County for the robotics competition, so I'm like, I gotta stay on top of it with him.
Yeah,
Like
not a game.
we are. I didn't know that applying for high school was a thing.
Oh yeah. You didn't know that?
No, I
You
didn't
didn't know
know.
that? Oh,
Our child
God,
has to
yes.
apply for college or high school.
Yes.
High school in September. We will be putting in applications for.
There are scholarship programs for high school kids nowadays. Too.
Yeah, it
Like,
is.
it's like the
How
most
did I not know
educational
this?
podcast in America.
It is
He's talking
crucial.
good shit right here.
But I'm telling you, I didn't know. They gotta write an essay. They gotta do their community service. Like, there's all kinds of stuff. Georgia actually has the #2 in the entire country, not county, country STEM program. They are
Yeah.
cranking out
Yeah.
these babies left and right to all of the colleges.
Yeah.
So Wheeler High School is #2 in the country for its STEM program. And
What's the school?
Wheeler High School.
Okay.
It's in Cobb County. These babies are going there. They're getting into all the schools, and their average SAT score, I think, is a 1240.
It's pretty
So, and they're graduating with a
It's Harvard
3.8
numbers.
GPA. I'm like,
good. Harvard
3.8?
numbers right there.
So yeah, they're pushing these babies into all kinds of stuff. So Georgia is not a bad place to be, but there are several resources and things that we can kind of look around into, and I do not mind dropping that into the group if anybody wants that information, because I am currently looking for that stuff.
Yeah.
And
Definitely drop
I've
it into the group.
struggled finding this info.
Yeah, perfect time for it.
Another thing we're gonna drop into the group, and we're gonna get into something fun right now. Our question of the week is, what is sexual chemistry? What is sexual chemistry?
That's a hell of a thing to define.
It really is. Does anybody want to jump out there?
I honestly think that you need to start because you seem like you're the master at it.
Oh no, I'm terrible at sex. I only have sex for like 20 seconds at a time. I'm like you don't want me to start.
Didn't you go to a damn sex talk not too long ago? So how you gonna say?
Well, I did. I was on a panel
Sex talk.
for a sex talk,
You
Because-
fortunately are being more quiet in this one.
and he wasn't on the panel neither.
No, I wasn't. Maybe
Um,
you didn't want me on the panel.
But
The expert here.
I am
The
not
sex
an expert. I'm a
expert.
sexpert.
Scar the sex.
Scar.
Yeah,
Oh,
she used to
you
call you
missed that.
Scar. I
I'm
heard
scar.
that.
I'm scarred.
Yeah, you Scar.
I'm a scar.
Dude,
Push your foot.
Oh
It's
damn.
on the
Oh
left
damn.
side. It's
Yeah.
on the left side
It's-
too.
it's on the
I'm
left hand,
pretty
right?
sure that's where Scar.
I
Scar.
got scars all over my ankle because I broke almost every bone.
Oh my God. Go
Yeah.
back. Go, come on.
You tired me already?
Yes.
I'm gonna cue up crickets myself one day and just
Okay.
start playing them for him.
So, definitely shout out to Jay and everybody inviting me out for the sexual panel. It was a great time. We will have Kiki from Cocktails, Dirty Discussions,
Cocktails and dirty discussions.
on
yes.
the show May 12th.
Yep.
So that would be our Eargasm Sex Show. That's coming. As far as sexual chemistry, if I were to give my definition, I tried to give my definition in a group, and one of the girls was like, I'm having a hard time following you. I thought I was clear. I sent her a voice message like, I said blah, 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 blah. She was like, oh, why you just type that? And I was like, I don't fucking know. I thought I did type it. But apparently when I say it, it sounds different than when I type it.
You get lost in your words. Just go. Keep going.
Maybe, I don't know.
Ready for
to-
one?
Not really.
Okay.
To me, sexual chemistry it has a lot to do with the desire you have, the actions that are put forth, and the passion, and even the explorative nature. Like, if I feel like I have sexual chemistry with a woman, that means to me that she knows what to do that I like, dang it, before I ask, or if I want her to switch, and I'm like, damn, I wish she would. Shit, she did it. It's almost like she's intuitive, like she's in my mind. Like the movie What a Man Wants with Taraji P. Henson. It was like, you know, of course, in What a Girl Wants with Mel Gibson, it's like they're in your mind, so they know to do this and to do that. And every time you're in the process, you're like, man, if she just did this, she did it. You know, it's that. And with me, it's with being able to interpret the signals that a woman gives, because every woman doesn't say, oh, to the left, oh, to the right, oh, grab my hair, oh, spank me, spit on me, and I'm into that. But a lot of women don't say that, so a lot of times it's it goes with intuition, like your intuitive nature, and what it feels like when I feel like on my end is that she has told me everything she wants, and I can do it. But of course, she didn't literally say it. It's her body language. I'm able to read it perfectly, and I'm able to go through the process of giving her what she wants. And it doesn't feel forced. It doesn't feel like I'm trying. It just feels like she has signaled me some kind of way, and I got it. I know what the fuck you want, and I feel like it's the opposite as well. We both know what each other wants. We don't know how the fuck we know it, but we just know it. And that can come from a conversation.
I think you're explaining to me sexual exploration rather than chemistry.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think chemistry
Chemistry
is,
to me
chemistry
is
is
I
when
walk in a room and I see somebody and I'm like, oh shit, he's fine as hell. And then you kind of go from there.
oh,
because
chemistry
then-
is just. I look at chemistry as part of the actual act, not just part of the
No.
attraction.
But
Yeah, I
I
saw
attraction,
I could see.
You guys look at it as the attraction.
it has to be
It
there.
just where you could just be sitting next to somebody, not even speaking to them.
And you can feel it.
Yeah.
There's a
Oh.
fight.
See,
Yeah.
to me, chemistry is when we in sync with each other doing the act.
No.
Chemistry to you
It's
guys is
before
just.
That yeah.
It's
I
So,
mean,
so
I-
what am I, help me out. I don't believe what I'm describing as exploration because it couldn't be anything explorative at all. It could be very basic.
It's
but we know what each
exploration.
other like.
But you
Well, I
don't
would
know
see
what
it
I
as
like
more.
until you're with me.
To me, sexual chemistry is when you have good sex.
Well, okay,
To
yeah.
me,
I
sexual
was,
chemistry is good. We have mind-blowing sex. Therefore, we have sexual chemistry.
okay.
Yes,
That's how I
at
look
that
at
point, but you still,
but I don't
before you can even
I mean,
get to
I'm
there.
open to being wrong. I'm
But
just telling you what I think.
Before you can get to there, if a woman is not attracted to a man, you can't have sexual chemistry, and vice versa. If he's not attracted to her, it doesn't matter how long her hair is, how big her butt is. If he's not attracted to her, there is
I
no
disagree.
chemistry.
I
It's
disagree.
not
I fucked a
physical
woman
attraction.
that I wasn't all that attracted
Yeah.
to, but she was there. But the sex was great.
But
because
comes
it was for
before
the
sex,
moment.
though. Sexual chemistry.
Sexual
before
chemistry
that.
is. What am I describing then?
So,
Help me out.
I
Help me
was-
out.
I said
No, stop.
exploration.
What am I describing?
I was about to answer your question.
I don't
what
mention
you're-
exploration.
What you're describing is more of the the sexual synchronicity, if you will.
But if you say people have chemistry on a dance floor, it's how they dance with each other.
It's how they move with each
right,
other.
but
the
that's what
fluidity.
I'm saying. Sexual chemistry is that how you move with each
But
other.
But I can have
can't-
sexual chemistry with somebody standing across the room staring into the
But
eyes.
you can't. I don't believe you. I don't think you can have dance chemistry with somebody across the room you never danced with.
Well, but we're not talking necessarily about
Again,
dance.
sex exploration
Sex is a dance.
and exploration.
No,
We're
no,
talking
no.
Yeah,
about
but-
this.
but-
You just said it. You can't have it unless you're with them. You've watched Dancing with the Stars on. I don't give a shit. You've watched it. If you turn the TV on and you watch two people and they don't have any chemistry together, they don't win. When you watch the ones that are winners, you can see them moving together. They have a chemistry. You can't
You
just
think
look
that
at
starts,
her.
and that starts before they dance.
You can't.
Yes.
Oh, that's why I
Yes.
said the
I'm
sexual
asking a question.
chemistry. Yes,
That's a
yes.
question.
it starts before you dance because if you don't have any rhythm, you don't have any kind of fluidity about you, you can't just get up here and be like, yeah, I'm about to win Dancing with the Stars because
But they could
I
all
like
have.
to dance.
But isn't it true that they could both have rhythm and be able to dance, but not have chemistry?
That is
Correct.
absolutely true.
Yeah.
100%.
Well, so how do you know from across the room if you have dance chemistry?
Well,
because if I look at you from across the room and I'm like,
what y'all are saying sounds like sexual attraction to me, not chemistry.
Well, and
Chemistry to me means it works together.
and that's where the
Not
lines-
your
oil and
attraction.
water
Well,
work
hang on, and
together
that's-
when you put cake mix
well,
in,
well,
but they
that's-
don't work separately.
that's where the lines are blurred, right? Because the sexual chemistry starts with a mutual physical attraction, and that doesn't necessarily require physicality. Like Omeece said, like if I'm sitting next to somebody and there's just this warmth, there's this energy there.
It's
Like
an
I
energy.
like I've felt that.
It's
like
energy.
you feel it, and it's like, and then you sitting there like, man, you know, if this goes the right way, it's gonna be a good night. You know, you
But
just
that sounds
you
like
just know
attraction
it
to me
is.
because I have felt I have
attraction
been
is
I
the
have been
spark
let-
to
let-
the
let-
flame.
right, I have been where I'm like, I'm gonna fuck this nigga, and then be like, it's okay.
Well,
That's
and
because y'all didn't have chemistry.
well,
But
and
they're saying that spark that I felt was chemistry.
well, and where it becomes chemistry is when the spark
think
is
chemistry
entirely
is-
mutual. Is where the spark is
But
entirely.
it's been mutual because I've been in a situation where like I felt an attraction and a woman was just pursued me. I mean that I even wanted to pursue the attraction, and it wasn't. But the act wasn't that. It was just the attraction on the outside. To me, well, and I'm not saying I'm right. I am not saying that. What I am saying is my definition of chemistry is how good the sex is. It is not about the attraction. What you guys are describing to me, and I'm not saying I'm right, I could be wrong, but according to news definition, y'all are describing sexual chemistry. I mean, sexual energy, sexual attraction. Sexual chemistry is the quality of the sex to me. Like, mind-blowing sex happens when you have sexual chemistry. Sex, great sex, or what is it? Quickie sex happens when there's sexual attraction.
Well,
But sexual chemistry is the ingredient you need to have mind-blowing sex. But y'all disagree with me.
well, and
Because I don't think
No, I'm
have
saying
sex
you
for
have to have the attraction and everything else before you can even get to chemistry.
But that's not sexual chemistry.
I'm
No,
saying.
I fucked when I wasn't attracted to.
Well,
We had
and-
bomb sex. I
let's-
don't believe that.
How
let's
can you have
bring-
bomb sex with somebody you're not attracted to?
Because she sucked my dick excellently.
yeah,
Then
I don't have to
you,
be
then you were attracted to the way she sucked your dick. Then that's how you had
But I didn't know
chemistry.
that until she
So
sucked it.
wasn't chemistry.
Oh
yeah.
well, I'm okay. Or you know the way we moved.
Great sex.
The
great,
way we
that's
the
not
way we moved. Whoa, great sex isn't chemistry.
No, absolutely not.
Okay, I totally
What
disagree
if
with
he,
y'all.
what if he
but
mentally
I respect you.
stimulates you in a way
That's not. No,
Well,
that's not
let me-
sexual
let me-
chemistry.
okay.
I understand the sapiosexual thing, but that only works. That is what attracts you. That's not what's going to get you the orgasm. So I don't like.
No, somebody's thought process can make a woman orgasm. And if a woman has told you no, that's not possible, she lied.
I didn't say a woman told me that. I'm just saying okay.
If
I'm
a man
just-
can talk a woman into having an orgasm.
I know for a fact that I've been fucking a woman and told her come with his dick and she came.
No, that's not the same thing.
What are y'all saying then? That a
No,
man,
I didn't mean
a way
take
a
the
man,
act out of
a
this.
way-
I literally
the way a
mean
man
his
thinks
intelligence.
can make you
Yes.
have an orgasm.
Yes.
Yes. The way he takes his ass to work every day. The way he handles
and
his
so you
business.
just by yourself like that nigga went to work today.
Yeah.
Without touching yourself, you just came, just chilling on the
Yes,
desktop.
the act of him. He is
It's
the
not
sexual-
about sex. Even
Y'all,
though
so
sex
y'all,
is
y'all,
part
y'all
of it.
having non-physical orgasms.
Hold on, wait.
I'm asking
Hold
a
on.
question. I just
Time
want
out.
to answer.
I'm gonna be
You're
sad. I'm
having
gonna listen.
non-physical
Hold on.
orgasms. I'm asking a question.
When your girlfriend or your significant other is pissed the fuck off at you, why do you think she's like, I don't want to have sex with you? Because she's not fucking attracted to you.
But that has nothing to do with having non-physical orgasms. That has nothing to do with
That is-
you in your house
that
chilling
is-
and like, that nigga went to work today. I'm coming. That's what you said. And I'm like, I don't know about that one.
If he's grinding and handling his shit and doing what
You can be
he's
sitting
supposed
there
to,
watching TV and just come
and
thinking
then when
about it.
he comes home, you like, okay, drop him.
No,
Because
that's not what you
you
said
handle
earlier.
your shit
That's
all
not
day.
what you said. What you
No,
said earlier
I
was
am saying-
that you could be sitting home chilling and the thought of a nigga going to work would just make you have an orgasm.
Yeah.
He's on the sofa, just like, oh shit, he went to work today. He went to work. That's what you said, and I'm saying
Yeah.
that's interesting to me.
And I'm saying that is very possible for a woman to do. Which is why when y'all are fucking up and not doing what you're
For
supposed
us,
to.
everything is up here.
Yes.
It's up here.
I mean, I hear, but I know a lot
For
of women.
you
I
guys,
know.
it's a physical act.
It is always physical for y'all.
I understand. I just
When
want,
y'all
all I want is confirmation that that's what you're saying.
Yes, I said it 4 times. When you guys are mentally and physically stimulated, that's when y'all are like, oh, I need to lock her ass down. Because y'all have reached another level of something. A woman will be mentally stimulated by a man, and that is not the same way as her physically being stimulated.
Women leave niggas like that. I fuck these women. They leave niggas that can't make them come all the fucking time, and they think they fucking great mentally.
Because the
it's a
sex
fact.
isn't there.
Right.
You have
But
to-
if she's coming mentally, then why the sex gotta be there?
Well,
Because it has to be.
But she wouldn't be coming mentally.
She wouldn't be
Why
coming
wouldn't she?
physically.
Well, physically.
Well, why wouldn't she? Because if she could think about him just going to work, then why she ain't just
Because
coming and
there's
sexually
still
satisfied?
the physical aspect to it. And if
But if
it's
she's
not,
getting an orgasm,
She
the
has
woman,
to be
the woman
satisfied.
I have that if she with me have been like, I'm not coming. Like this nigga pay all the bills, good nigga, do everything right, but he just can't fuck. And they're not sitting around going, but I'm still coming on Saturday because he works hard. They're like, no, do this to me, please.
The reason
I don't know
why
what you're
some
talking about.
relationships don't last is because the baby daddy will fuck her ass. She gonna come all day long, but you're not paying no goddamn bills. So
Well,
after a while, that
that's-
shit
But
gets
that's not
irritating.
that's not what we're talking about. We're not
That's
talking.
part-
But
but
we're not
that's part
talking.
of
No. Stop out. We're not talking about that. I asked a very specific question. I talked about the niggas who can't make their girl come, but they work hard, they pay all the bills, and they're really good men. How come those mental orgasms aren't satisfactional enough?
The same way, it's the opposite.
No, I'm asking. No.
But I don't want you to concentrate on the fact that we're saying that a woman can just have an orgasm without being physically stimulated. Because how often would that really happen? It's not like it's gonna
Niggas sound like it happen all the
women,
time.
we don't even want to get on the statistics of women and orgasms. Because
But that's my
a whole
point.
other thing.
That's my point. That's why I'm stopping y'all.
But we as women are trying to explain to you what's going on, and you're telling us no.
No, I am bringing up different
There has to be a
scenarios.
connection with women. Like you could have a good man, but if there's no connection, it's gonna ruin. sex
There's no
for you.
sexual connection.
It's mental.
connection.
Because I know women who have mental connections, and
Listen.
I'm telling you, because I like
I'm
one.
telling you as a woman,
But
if
I'm
a
giving you
man
I'm
has
giving you a
pissed me
specific
off,
example. The man ain't pissed a woman off. He's a good nigga. He just can't fuck. He does everything else right. His dick is
he
just
might not
trash.
be able to fuck her.
Who gives a fuck? He can't fuck her. We'll do a matter if he can fuck somebody else.
But
He ain't
I'm
with
sure
her.
there's
He
a
ain't
connection
with them.
missing there.
Well,
There has to be some connection missing there because
okay.
for us,
Well, maybe
it's
it's
there.
being.
And then are we
conveyed wrong.
talking about women that are cheating on their man with you? These conversations. Because
Because
Yes.
if that's the case, she's a
But-
deadbeat ass
giving you,
bitch.
she's giving
But
you
it's after, you know.
She's not a good
Well,
woman.
or it's after they broke up. Like I had a
That's
woman.
not
I had a
cheating.
woman.
But still the
I
conversation.
said or. I'll give you this one example. This chick I knew, nigga couldn't. He, according to her, he was the dream guy. She thought that every woman on earth would want him, but she was like, damn, but when they fuck him, they gonna change their mind. And she thought he was the shit. Like irrational. I was like, I thought he was a corny nigga. I'm like, I don't know that nigga, bitch ass nigga. But she left him because he couldn't fuck her. Well, she didn't have no orgasm because he went to work every day. She had an orgasm because he
That's why
bought
she stayed
her a
with him
bunch of
for
shit.
as long as
But
she
she
did.
thought that he was a great person. She was like, this nigga is. She told me literally, every woman will want this nigga because of how great he is until they fuck him. She literally told me
But
like
that
he
was
does
for
everything
her.
perfectly. Well, that's all we're talking about is her. We're not talking about women
But
in general.
do you
We're
understand
talking
what
about
I'm
her.
saying?
There
That
was
was
something.
for
There was
her.
something else in this. It could not just boil down to an orgasm.
So people don't leave people for bad sex. That
Yes,
never
people
happens.
do leave people for bad sex. They definitely
Why
do.
y'all act like they don't?
I didn't say
They,
that.
they do, but
I think-
I feel that there's still something else.
I think where it
underlying.
boils down to it, New, and let me see if I can regurgitate what I've been hearing to this point. There is a physical attraction that is kind of wrapped into what I would call a psychological attraction that, in my opinion, is what encapsulates chemistry. It's the combination of those two things put together. It's this raw physical, yeah, I want to fuck the shit out of her attraction, and she said I want to fuck the shit out of him too. Now here's the other thing about chemistry: it evolves. It doesn't last forever, right? Chemistry can fade over time. So maybe there was chemistry in the beginning when it started out, and maybe it got to the bedroom and that's where it ended because what she thought was going to be there wasn't there. But the point is that the chemistry started when she thought it was there. Real chemistry transcends all of those levels. It starts with the mental, it transcends into the physical, and then it continues on into the physical and into the psychological as the relationship progresses. And that's the way I look. That's the way I look at chemistry. Chemistry is like the same way attraction evolves and changes over time. So does chemistry, and the two are very, very closely linked together. Because I've met people that I'm physically attracted to, but they're dumb as a fucking bag of rocks. So there's no chemistry there. She might be fucking dime. She might be beautiful. And then I sit down next to her, we talking, and she open up her mouth, and I'm like, yeah.
That
I'm
could
good.
stop your sexual chemistry?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
Absolutely.
That's why
I've
I'm
been
saying
unattracted
earlier,
to stupid
why
women.
do
Like,
you think
unattracted.
that a woman will have a guy that she's been totally attracted to? Everything was like he was exactly what she wanted physically. But as time goes on, even though the sex might be good, he's dumb as a fucking box of rocks, and she
But
can't
that's
do nothing.
relationship chemistry. That's not sexual chemistry.
No,
I have
that
had
is
sex.
sexual chemistry.
Okay, well,
I'm telling you as a woman that is sexual
that's your
chemistry.
definition, and I respect it. What I'm saying is, I'm in the minority here, so I'm not trying to be like I'm right. I'm listening. But what I will offer y'all is, I have had women that I know ain't no fucking way in hell I'm gonna be in a relationship with her or settle down with her. But the pussy is fucking amazing. Everything she does is right, and everything I do is right to her. We have sexual chemistry. It is what it is, but we don't have relationship chemistry.
Which is why we're telling you that's more of how a guy thinks on a situation.
I know girls that say the same
I still
thing.
feel that I see chemistry as energy. So what you guys
That's true.
have, what you're describing, that's energy. Maybe
I
you
agree.
don't want to have a relationship with her, but when y'all are in bed, there's an energy.
But that's my point. My point is that energy has nothing to do with relationship or love. It only has to do with a
But
sexual
if
connection.
she said something stupid, it's gonna break it.
No, it's not, because whatever she says that's stupid, once we get in that bed and she does all the things I like and I do all the things, because I get off on making her come. So when she comes a bunch of times and I come and we happy, that sexual chemistry, I'm gonna be like, this bitch is dumb as hell and it gets on my fucking nerves. But our sexual chemistry is unblemished.
But women
I'm
don't
gonna separate.
function that way.
I know women who do. That's not true. I know women that do. We had this
Yeah.
conversation. I said it the
So
other
then,
night talking
so
to
then that
JB
means,
Noah.
so
Like,
that means
that's
women
not
should
true.
be able to stay with their dumbass baby daddies or their dumbass.
Well,
ex-
no,
I think
no,
you're taking the whole thing. I think y'all are taking
You know women that what were you saying that are like that you guys both know?
that can have a sexual chemistry with a man and be like I had a woman told me this. She like, no, you ain't nothing but fucking headaches and orgasms. That's all you are. Just a fucking headache and a fucking orgasm. But our sexual chemistry is great. We can keep fucking, but I can't fucking stand you. But our sexual energy is fucking ridiculous. And I'm saying that sexual chemistry does not have to do with love or relationship. It is how well you fuck each other. It is how in tune you are with the body. It has nothing to do with relationship.
So
it
you-
has nothing to do
You
with
don't
nothing.
deal with them anymore then?
This person?
Yeah.
This specific person? I ain't fucking her right now.
Well,
But that should supersede if the sex.
Well,
is
no,
so great.
that's not true. That's bullshit to me. You can have sexual chemistry and stop fucking somebody.
yeah,
You ain't gotta fuck for the rest of your life.
But why would
just
you
'cause
get
have great
rid
sexual-
of that if it was a great
Because
sex
you
situation?
want more. Sexual
Yeah.
chemistry isn't the end all be all.
I agree with
like
that.
what Jay-Z say, I ain't looking for a hoe, I'm looking for a wife. Somebody I can bounce these ideas off at night.
well,
I'm not sexual chemistry, that's my only criteria. I would be with I would be with random ass bitches. That ain't my goal. I want a woman I can build a life with. So
Yeah.
sexual chemistry isn't the most important thing to me. So
Well-
we have it, yes, that is great, and it is a fact. But when I'm looking for something now, it might not be you, because all we have is sexual chemistry.
yeah, I'm with you.
And I need a mental connection.
I'm with you on that. I think the
I
only
think we're going all over the place.
well, we definitely are. We definitely are. I was gonna say two things. One, chemistry is in the eye of the beholder, right? You know it when you have it. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But whatever happens, that's your perspective. And my perspective is different than Tori's, than News, than Omeece's. So we started this conversation
But
with.
sexual chemistry is sexual chemistry. Like that can't be different.
Well, yes, it can, because what you perceive to be sexual chemistry is going to be different than what I perceive.
Because I have
So
to
you
be
perceive
mentally
sexual chemistry
stimulated
as a
at some-
relationship.
No, I don't. No,
I
I do
have
not.
to be mentally stimulated in some shape, form, or capacity for me to even remotely think about going anywhere
That's
else
all
with
I'm
somebody.
saying.
And if I'm not, I cannot be attracted to you.
That's exactly
If-
what
Oh,
And
okay,
most
okay,
women are
okay.
like
So
that.
in
When
the
I
one,
was in high
so in the
school,
one.
part
Have
of
you ever had a one night stand?
Yes, I have.
Have you ever had a one night stand?
Yes.
Have you ever had one night stand?
Yeah.
What if that sex was fucking ridiculous and you found out 3 weeks later, this nigga dumb as shit? Oh wait, this bitch dumb as hell. The chemistry is there. You didn't know sexual chemistry. Let me finish. Sexual chemistry, in my mind at least, is about the quality of the sex and how in tune you
But my
are with
one
each other.
night stand didn't come from like, oh, we went to the club, we both got drunk, we both had sex and went home. That's not where my one night stand came from. My one night stand came from somebody I was hanging out with on a regular basis. We always out and about doing shit, and finally it was kind of like, okay, alcohol.
That's not a one night stand.
Yes, it is, because it
Or
was.
if only happened one time.
It was one night, and I'm like, oh shit, this was horrible. Ugh. And that was it. There are one night stands that come about that way. Like, I'm not somebody that's gonna go to the club and be like, ooh,
But did you
you
think
fine
you
as hell, let me
had?
take
Did you
you
think
home.
you had sexual chemistry with the person before you had sex with him?
I did, because I found him attractive mentally and physically, and then
But
we
that's
got there.
and that's sexual chemistry.
And that there was the energy that Omeece was saying that I thought was there, and then you get involved and you're like, oh my god, this is horrible.
Yeah.
I would describe that as an attraction. To me, it ain't sexual chemistry until we fucking and it feels right.
Again, that's why I said.
So I think I'm different the way I define it, and I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying that I think the way I define
I
it
cannot
is
have
different.
sex with somebody
Well,
if I'm not physically attracted to them.
And that's
Right, but that doesn't mean sexual chemistry. To me, sexual chemistry is literally how good the sex is, how well we.
I wouldn't know what good sex would be like with somebody that I'm not attracted to, because I cannot have sex with somebody I'm not attracted to. Period. There is no way some 6 foot tall dude that walks in looking like Shrek and I'm gonna be like, oh, okay, let's have a one night stand.
That's an exaggerated example. There could be somebody who I think like she's cute, and then we have a conversation.
If Jay Harden walked in here, I'm not attracted to him, so I would not have sex
let's
with
say
him.
like it's a woman. I'm like, she cool. I ain't tripping, but whatever. And then we have a conversation. I'm like, damn, I didn't know you read the color purple. No, look at you different.
That's why you change it.
Okay. What else you read? Oh, you read that too? Now I wanna fuck you. And then we fuck. It doesn't have to be she's butt ass ugly. It could be like, she's cute, but I'm just not interested. And then the conversation happens and you go, oh shit, maybe I am interested. I don't know. And then you have sex and it's amazing.
Yes.
But there isn't a great attraction there.
There was an energy there that got
But there was an energy, but it wasn't necessarily a physical attraction.
But you
But it
just
was an
said
energy.
she wasn't butt ass ugly, which is why
Well, I don't have sex with butt ass ugly people.